Hi, my name is Ben Case. No relation to one of our classmates, Daniel Case, at least that I know of. In this video discussion, I'm going to be talking about the book Persepolis. The book's set up as a comic book, and it's told by Margie, a 10-year-old girl who is growing up in the 1980s in Iran during the revolution. As you're reading, you get the feel as though it's like she's talking to you as like a one-on-one conversation because you're finding out things the same time she's finding them out, and just how it unfolds. On page 34, she's talking about Mary, their maid, and how their relationship is. She was 8 years old when she had to leave her parents' home to come and work for us. She was just 10 years old when I was born. She took care of me, she played with me, she always finished my food. She also told stories about jackals that scared me. In other words, we got along well. If this was just a regular book, I would have just taken that for the literal meaning, but since it's a comic book, you get these pictures that illustrate it and give it a whole different meaning, because Margie is just a toddler and she's being thrown up in the air, and Mary's playing on the swing while Margie's on the ground just watching, and the whole time Margie's eyes are just really wide and she's as a toddler. And so Margie's being very sarcastic when she says, we got along well. But at the same time, you get the feel that maybe they could be like the sisters they never had or something. But on page 53 of the textbook, which I have the ebook, so I need to find it. It says, these stories have given me new ideas for games. The one who loses will be tortured. Yeah? What kind of torture? I have an imagination too. The mustache on the fire torture consists of pulling on the two sides and the upper lip. The twisted arm, the mouth filled with garbage. This is cause and effect because Margie has been hearing lots of stories from Musin, who comes home from prison, and she's hearing all these prison stories about torture and all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's only natural that a 10-year-old would pick some of that up and use it and retain that information. And that's what you see going on here. She's bringing up these ideas with her friends, like, since other people are getting tortured, it seems normal, basically. And on page 43 of the textbook, there's a relational one where it says, Jimmy Carter, the President of the United States, refused to give refuge to the exiled Shah and his family. It looks like Carter has forgotten his friends. All that interests him is oil. And this is funny because on barstoolsports.com, I see this picture, a meme, and it says, when America finds out your country has oil, and it has a picture of DeAndre Jordan of the USA Olympic team standing over an Israeli, I believe, basketball player, and he just has the look of like he's going to take whatever he wants. And it's pretty funny because people back then in the 1980s had that view, obviously, from this book, and still nowadays people do, obviously, if I'm seeing that. But that's kind of funny. It shows you how it was then and how it is now, and how it hasn't really changed that much, people's view on the United States. But anyways, I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the book and seeing how everything else unfolds and what other stuff happens.